Here, like, what's up, y'all? This is Tressie.
This is Cedric,
And this is Ben.
and we're Through the Crate.
Digging through cultural and current events through the hip hop lens. Let's get to it.
Oh my God!
Let's get a round of applause right now for all you beautiful people out there in the audience. Yes, thank you guys so much for coming out here.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you guys coming out to support. And if you guys didn't already know, this is our 2017 recap episode.
Yes.
So we are going to go through the whole year of everything that happened this year, right? One thing I have to...
Everything. We're not gonna miss anything.
Right.
So I hope
Right.
you guys are ready to be here for like 8 to 12 hours.
Right.
We're going through everything.
like in very, very small details. But one small detail I have to ask my cousin over here about, if y'all didn't know, this is my cousin, Cedric. The fuck you got on your head, bro?
Yo, man. So if y'all don't know, my man Mace had an interview with Angie Martinez, and he brought the ski mask back. You know what I'm saying? So he did the whole 2-hour interview, hour and a half interview in a ski mask. So I'm
You
Tell him
decided
so, God.
that's what you're on today?
I mean, it's the new shit.
That's what you're on. All right, okay. All right, well, whatever the fuck he's doing over there, that's great. Again, I curse a lot, so I apologize in advance. I do curse like a sailor.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know. Damn it. God damn it. So let's just go ahead and start into some of the main themes of what happened this year. What do you guys think?
Did anything happen this year?
Nothing happened. It was complete silence through the whole 365. Hey.
It's damn near next year, right? But 2017 was crazy. Where did it start off? We started off, we got a new president, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, right?
We get a new one every 4 years.
Every 4.
There you go.
We do.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like we started off with a little hope. It was like 2016. That was a little rough.
Yeah.
So it was like, it's got to be better. But 2017 was the year for like bringing all the crap that's been going on in the shadows out to the front.
True. You know what?
I
It
agree,
has
yeah.
been a very enlightening year, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
If you want to choose whatever context you want to put to that word.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that were going on. I mean, I think 3 main themes of this year were social injustice, sexual harassment, and mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chicago level, the 3 main things were the bag tax, the sugar beverage tax, and oh my gosh, what is the next tax they're gonna come up with?
Amen.
True.
There is no more sugar beverage tax.
Nope.
While it was one, I was just on a diet. It's okay, like I don't have to drink it now. I'm drinking it. But that bag tax, I work in the retail industry, and that's 7 cents. Oh, I've been cussed out for that 7 cents so hard, and it's just a job. It's just part of my job. But that's local. These are just some local things in 2017. I remember. But that was last February we started the bag tax.
Yeah.
Y'all don't remember. I remember.
And if y'all didn't know who that was the one and only Queen Z.
Queen
Queen
Z.
Zenobia.
So, she brings up a good point. The bag tax was huge for Chicago. And, I think it really speaks to kind of a major theme for overall for the year, which is, the politicians and just doing stuff for themselves as opposed to for us.
We've seen a lot of politicians making moves that were against the majority of what people were thinking about.
Yeah.
Like the public opinion. Like we had big pushes on healthcare earlier in the year, and it was like, yo, we'd like changes, but not what you're talking about. And it was just like this big push constantly throughout the year, and it's still going on today, where most people are like, no, we don't like that. We don't want
Right.
that. But we're not having our voices heard.
Not at all.
And that, talking about having your voice heard
Right.
is one thing that started off early. Makes me think of Colin Kaepernick.
Right, exactly. I mean, that was a huge thing that happened this year. Colin Kaepernick decided to, sorry about that beep. Colin Kaepernick decided that, he wanted to be a man of the people and take that knee. And then, everybody wanted to decide that knee meant something else than what he was actually protesting. That was a social injustice. That was police brutality. That was all of that. So,
It was largely saying like, hey, obviously there's an uneven treatment of certain people,
Yes.
and then people tried to twist it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, well, you don't like
protesting the flag.
It's like,
And
Fuck out of here.
and if you guys don't know, actually Colin Kaepernick, he initially started sitting. When he first started, he started sitting.
Yeah.
And then he spoke to an Iraq and Afghanistan vet. It was like, yo, so how can I make my message
More respectful.
heard, but still be respectful? And this vet from our military told him, kneel as opposed to sitting. The kneeling is a little bit more honorable than sitting. And so he took that and he started kneeling. And so his whole, it was actually more thought out than just random. Like when it first happened, I thought this whole Colin Kaepernick shit was like, oh, he's just randomly sitting down. But he actually had thought and purpose behind it. And he took the advice of a vet, whoever was saying, oh, you're disrespecting our vets, you're disrespecting our flag. Or he listened to a vet and they said, yo, you should be kneeling instead of sitting. And it still did not work out for him. And he's still unemployed in 2017. And I mean, I haven't watched a football game
Me
all
either.
year.
Me either.
All year. So
It's been hard as fuck. So I'm telling you, I'm a Raiders fan to the
Yes.
death of me, and it has been hard. Now, I ain't gonna lie, like I've been getting a little bit of he told me take your alerts off your phone too.
Dude,
I ain't do it. So I still get my alerts, and the Raiders aren't doing too good, but I'm not watching it.
Yeah, I unsubscribed from everything.
Well, you are a better man than I am because I'm not a man. All right. So, and then again, the other thing that happened this year, sexual harassment. How many of y'all have seen everything that's been going on from congressmen to Russell Simmons to fucking
The guy that just killed himself.
oh yeah,
last week.
there was was he a congressman? No, he was a law
he was a state rep.
He was a
State
state
rep, there you
rep, and he killed himself.
Yeah,
Came out that he touched a little 17-year-old girl. He was a minister as well.
Yeah.
It was a church. It was a church party.
Double whammy.
church
Double
party.
whammy.
A church party that was known for its lewd women and alcohol consumption. This is like a party they have at the church. Apparently, I don't know. It's my kind of church. And yeah, he stumbles upstairs and rapes one of his daughter's friends. Came
Stumbles
out.
upstairs and rapes.
I said stumble because he was literally
I know.
drunk, and the
Okay,
girl
I know,
helped
but
him.
it's just like-
Right.
Right.
The girl helped him upstairs, and then he did what he did, and I mean,
So that's another thing. And then we have Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein. We have all those other people that are in Hollywood. That's
Yeah.
everyone. This is just what happened, So
Yeah. But a lot of that talk started with Hollywood. It's like, oh, Hollywood is such a problem.
yeah.
right.
But then we start seeing it more places. Obviously the politicians had all these things going on, but it's even slipped into hip hop.
Yeah,
Yep.
it has.
Yes.
And here we have Russell Simmons,
stepped
who
down.
was one of the founding fathers of
I know.
a black-owned, black-controlled record label.
I mean,
In
he's got a
hip-hop.
lot of black-owned stuff. Even
Right,
the Rush
and-
Card.
Right, I mean,
that's-
the
that
Rush
shit is-
Card, there was Def Poetry, Def Comedy, it was a whole, he was huge for the culture.
If there was a hip hop Mount Rushmore, he would be up on it.
He had
Yeah.
to. Had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, I don't know now.
Well, even with us talking about Russell Simmons, it also leads me to the next thing that we had, which is mental health. Because Russell Simmons, we all know that he was on dust on everything back in the 80s, right?
And he admitted, he admitted
everything.
he was a wild boy.
Yeah,
he said it. He was like, I was a
exactly.
wild boy, man. I was out there. Whoa.
And then we have people all the way up until this day, people I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with, but there was a rapper named Lil Peep that died, who overdosed, basically, who obviously was reaching out for help through his Instagram. I never really followed his music because that's not just what
Surprise.
it's a different vibe for me, but I understand, to each his own. But if you look at his Instagram, he was literally reaching out for help, saying I'm just taking this. He's dropping Xans in his mouth on camera on social media. So that's where I go to mental health. And then also, I go to mental health with Tyrese. Does everybody know what was going on with Tyrese this year? Exactly. So, I go to mental health with that. It's just there's a lot of things that are going on that people, we're not taking our health mentally seriously. You know?
Well, I mean, in the hip hop community, mental health is not one of those things that you are going to necessarily talk about and be open about. Everybody's tough, everybody's strong. It's.
But you got to talk to
about
a
being
stranger for
masculine.
something for it. Like if you try and go to therapy, like everybody's like that's something that's been passed down in our culture for years. That like you don't need to talk to anybody about your problems, which is really the complete opposite. You need to talk to people about yeah.
You need to, and I mean, I feel like I consider myself an old head. It's okay at this point. I'm okay with it.
But to be honest, in this climate, we kind of are.
But it's
like you're old once you get 5 years past the current trend. If you don't want to fucking dye your hair pink, you old.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what it is. It's like,
But it went from drug dealers to drug users.
Exactly.
And I feel like that was a big theme of 2017 was these
big
kids
conversation.
really like saying, I do drugs and I'm okay with doing drugs and you should do drugs too. Not just weed and alcohol. I'm talking like Xans and Mollies and like
Percocet.
popping all this
Yes.
shit,
Molly,
right?
Percocet.
Like
Can't lie, that shit gotta bounce.
it's
I
tough.
know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We're dancing and like enjoying these people talking about their struggles.
Right.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
We're
And-
enjoying people's demise through song, like popping Molly. It's just like
But that's true. It's like, when you put it like that, Ben, it's like
Yeah.
we're actually listening to addicts go through their situation. Where before it might happen behind closed doors. It's like now we've got Instagram and Snapchat. And we're seeing these kids go from just being like, okay, I do drugs, this is something that I do, to I'm promoting it or
Yeah.
I'm making it to be something that it's
So through the crate, you guys opened up. You start speaking about social injustices, and then you start speaking about sexual harassments. Then you start speaking about the real problem of all of those and everything that goes wrong in society, which is the mental issues. I wanted to say, as people of African descent, they train us not to think about our mental health. They got you all locked up into the system. Go play sports and be healthy, eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? Go to church and have a spiritual life and be spiritual. And if you go and say you are not you are not religious, they turn their eye to you and they just turn against you. Because I am not religious, and if all 30 of y'all that's in this room want to beat me up later, y'all gonna have a long struggle
that
with
would not
that.
be very Christian of y'all,
But
by the way.
I'm bringing that up to say it goes back to the whole mental health. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Mentally, no matter who raised you, you eventually know what's right and wrong. At some particular age in your life. It might start young, it might start old, but we all need to deal with mental health. And there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody professionally, non-professionally, but developing a plan to help yourself. Because all of us in this room got mental issues. I'm going to tell y'all, no, I'm not. Me, I speak my mind too much. I tell the truth too much. And I'll just say anything. So they say that's a problem, but I don't really see that as a problem. But I'm working on it. I got
you.
strategies. I got plans. This is a whole group effort. So y'all feel free. Y'all want to comment through the crate. Is all about
got one.
social
Go ahead,
comments.
Keisha.
Hey world, it's Keisha. What up, y'all? But no, I definitely want to piggyback off of Queen. Like, mental health is definitely a big thing that we were never taught as young people. It was just kind of bottle your emotions up and then go sit in the corner, work it out with yourself.
Right.
And that's why in 2017, I really took appreciation to Logic. He had his song that come out. I don't remember the numbers, but it was the Suicide Hotline.
1-800.
That's the one naming it that way.
Like,
It's all right. I don't
can't
remember
think of
it either,
off
but
the
that's
top
great.
Of,
Sorry.
I
Go
can't
ahead.
think it off the top of the dome, but like the whole message with the song, how he made the gradual progression for him, like wanting to die and he's gonna die, but I got help. And it put that message out there that people need to know, like, like even if you can't trust anybody in your inner circle, you can still call this number and get the help you need.
Yeah.
And I even watched the interview that he did, like, it was it's a YouTube channel, Hot Ones, where they like eat hot
Yeah, I
chicken
love that
wings.
one.
Yeah.
I
And
watch
he
that
even
all
mentioned
the
it
time.
there.
That was a great episode, yeah.
Yeah, even celebrities need to get mental health. They checked out because the eye is on them. Like, everybody's criticizing you all of the time.
Right.
So there's no way for you to be sane through all of that. You need help. You need that regular consultation.
Yeah, sorry
that's
about that,
all.
y'all.
Anybody?
It's true.
We got one more.
I mean, mental health is definitely a big issue, and it's
sure.
one that's underrepresented here in our community. And you're right. You're definitely not taught that shit.
How y'all doing? I'm Lauren.
That's Lauren.
What's good, guys? So, since we're talking about this mental health thing, and Keisha brought up a good point as far as celebrities go, and how you guys were talking about Colin Kaepernick, I always feel like it's a good thing, especially for black men in America. Their mental health is like one of the most important things to me because as a black man, it's one of the hardest things in this world to be in fucking America at that. So when you look at Colin Kaepernick and you look at just black men in general walking around in the street, that's something I always take pride in, talking to them, making sure that they're straight, because it's like you never know what somebody is going through. That's black men, black women, Latino men, Latino women, like anybody. You never know what the fuck somebody going through. You got to talk to people. And then, like Keisha said, growing up, we were always taught, you had a problem, go sit your ass in that corner and shut the fuck up and talk about it. Talk to yourself, figure it out, and then come back over here and talk to me when you're ready. Like, get your shit together. But it's like, it's nothing wrong with talking to somebody. Even if you don't want to talk to a professional, just get your shit out so it's not sitting on you. Because later on in life, that shit fuck you up. And then you be like, damn, I done fucked up my life. Sure,
You can say whatever you want.
It does.
We'll wrap it up after this one.
What's going
Wrap
on,
it up
y'all? I'm
after this
Fred. My question is, what? I can't get my words out.
You good? You good?
Go back.
To those who are having that problem, what suggestions should you give them if they feel like they can't reach out to anyone or if they can't call that hotline?
They got that one person.
Yeah.
Everybody
But-
in this room got that one person they relate to, like they like
some people-
chill with, like they like, you know what I'm saying? There's that one person, and if you don't have that person, just tell anybody. I'm gonna be honest. Strangers talk to me. Strangers be like, oh,
And you know why I listen? Because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? So as you listen, even if you don't have that one person to go to, talk to a stranger. As humans, we are here to communicate. And when we don't communicate, that's when the problems occur. So you just got to find that person to communicate to. There is someone out here for everybody. You know what I'm saying? All right.
And we got another one. It's true. I love it. I love the conversation. I
Hi.
love you guys right now.
I'm
Thank
Sharon.
you.
Hi, everybody. Also, but some people can't talk, and like that's okay. I think writing is also an outlet. Everyone has their own outlet, whether that's music or if that's just writing it down. So I don't think everybody is meant to immediately see somebody. I think sometimes you just need to write it out, and maybe that's the outlet.
Right. I think what I was going to add on to that is that, like, you may not have somebody there, but trying to find something to do, like as you said, like writing, trying to find somebody to talk to, like what I found was in my best friend that if I had anything going on, like when I came out as bi, whatever, like I had to come out and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do about this shit. Like, I needed to talk to somebody. So it's one, trying to find somebody to talk to. Two, trying to find out, like just some type of outlet, writing, music. And then three, I think that there's a lot of resources online. And like, I mean, now the net neutrality might be fucked up, but you have a way of researching how you can find ways or outlets to whatever fits you and your problem.
But like for me, what's dangerous about the current climate here in 2017 is that instead of people pushing Logic's message more to the front, of talking to someone and expressing yourself, a lot of the newer music that's coming out, unfortunately, is cope.
Find
Do
it.
drugs. Find, you know what I'm saying? Like find something else to cover it up and
Right.
to paint over it instead of actually scrubbing and bleaching that fucking wall and getting that mold out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just gonna paint over it and wait till
You don't
something
paint over
happens.
black mold.
You don't.
Great.
It doesn't
It's
work.
gross.
It's still there.
You can't do
still
that.
Don't fuck your lungs up, right? So, but unfortunately, I mean,
That's
You
an
brought
old
up-
head.
Anyway.
you can't just paint over it.
Yeah.
I think that's the theme of it, right? Like, you have to address the issue. You have to meet it head on and know who you can talk to or how to get your voice and your own feelings off your chest so that you can move on and move forward,
Right.
Not just drugs.
Exactly. So I really, actually, I really appreciate you guys all participating in that part of the conversation. We're going to actually move on to something a little bit more lighthearted, which is some motherfucking music. Yeah. But the thing is that we just really wanted to make sure that we got that out the way, and we pointed that out because those are some really serious issues that happened this year, and we hope that we address them throughout the next year. But now we're going to talk about this music because I'm about to get in y'all ass about this shit.
Hey, let's do it, man.
All homo, because everybody says no homo. It's funny to me.
all
Sorry.
homo?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's not even a pause.
Hella
it's like
homo.
A play.
Hey.
Today we're all homo.
Yo, this is homo. Play it. Peace out, Queasy.
All right. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's just start off. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go through like all of our tops for the year. Homo. There's a homo theme here. This is hella gay right now. My bad,
Just
y'all.
because you buy, don't mean you gotta bring the whole fucking
No, my
podcast
bad.
with you.
My bad. My bad.
So
Anyway.
you guys all got packets. We're gonna be going through exactly the list that you can see. If you feel like you want to chime in, hey, you disagree,
Same
agree.
way that we've been passing that mic
Same
around.
shit.
All right, so let's go through top MC first.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, who want to start? You want to start? You want to start?
Ladies first. Let's
Ladies
be
first.
sexist.
Ladies first.
Equality, right?
All right. All right.
Yo,
my top
yo,
MCs. What's
Not
up?
to interrupt. Top MC?
Yeah.
Raw Caesar.
I knew it. Hey.
So-
Top
How
MC,
to
Raw
say- how to
Caesar.
say-
Raw Caesar.
Slightly biased.
I can't even say Petrowski. Because I said it wrong the whole episode we did with him. Say Petrowski Park.
Petrowski?
Petrowski
Park.
I said it wrong, but that shit out
Raw
right now,
Caesar.
motherfucker.
SBX. Go get that shit.
Anyway,
So Tressie.
my top MCs for this year.
What you got?
After this one, in no particular order. My number one. If
In no
y'all-
particular
if y'all-
order, but you gotta say number one.
My number one, and then after this, no particular order.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
If y'all know me, it's Kendrick motherfucking Lamar. That is my nigga. That is my motherfucker, and that
Yeah.
is my baby daddy. Anyway, next is the next after this. I have no really like these are just the four that really stood out to me this year. Sci-Hi the Prince, Big Crit, and Jay-Z.
Okay.
Those ones.
Okay.
All right, who we moving on to next, and then we'll debate.
Sure. So yeah, my number one is also Kendrick Lamar. K. Dot. I got him number one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
Call your clan.
And then after that, I got after that in no particular order, I got Sci-Hi, I got Big Crit, I got Rhapsody.
Oh fuck, I forgot her.
And
Rhapsody
and,
too.
No, too late, motherfucker. Sit your ass down and shut the fuck up. I got Rhapsody and I also got Vince Staples.
Oh, great. You know what? Fuck, life, go.
Hey, I had to start off with Kung Fu Kenny.
Hey! All right,
Yeah,
run it.
Kendrick Lamar, kill it. But I'm mixing it up.
Do it.
Number
Rossi,
two,
good.
you would never guess this. Travis Scott.
I thought about it. You know what? I thought about Travis.
Commentary later.
Shut the
Go.
Travis Scott.
Commentary later.
all over the music business.
Yes, okay.
And then I also had to give it out to Big Crit. He just great stuff. And then one more, Offset.
Hold on.
I'm just
Hold on.
yeah.
Like yes.
All right, this is where it gets fun, guys. Hold on, I'm getting
Yep,
out of here. Hold on.
yep.
Mask off. Fucking mask
Mask
off.
up. Hey. So you said Offset as MC.
Yes.
So you put him
MC.
over Sci-Hi?
Let's look at what an MC is. Let's go back. Let's go back, right?
Let's do
Definitions.
it. Let's do it.
Let's talk about
Definitions in this
early
bitch.
MCs before people were thinking about 16 bars and stuff. What did the MC do? He went along with the beat, hype things up. He wouldn't even necessarily say real words like boop boop bop, but him doing it that, you know. And he just made it fun, you know. And it was just hype. Yeah. And Offset, I mean, Migos, like we felt that imprint all over the year, but I think Offset was just a little above, you know, with the kind of features that he did. Like you can't look back at 2017 without looking at like that one print that just kept coming up over and over again.
But was it like
Yes, I know what your problem
Yeah.
is. Yeah, but this 2017 was also a year where we had big voices that were not coming out. Like this was a year without Kanye. It's like, yo,
True. You know what? Wow. Good,
Yeah.
good observation.
It's like,
I mean, Kanye came out late last year.
No, but it was the whole
He came out
year.
late last year.
Late, but then to go the whole year without him?
I mean,
I think
he
that's
popped
a very
out.
good
You know,
point.
he popped out a few pounds heavier, and
No.
you know,
I mean,
he's
that
smiling.
doesn't mean
He's
anything
smiling
about his
now.
goddamn music.
He's smiling now. Who knows? He's got some shit coming. He's got some shit coming.
I think that a lot of the major people, they were not doing features like you'd expect. And it just opened up this lane for like all these people trying out new sounds.
Yes.
And I think 2017 was about new sounds, and I think that you cannot deny it. I loved people, like I was thinking about JID. That's another person you didn't even mention.
I do. I do like J.I.D.
But I'm talking about like
Love you, boo.
where the people that like set the direction. Like, yeah.
I mean, I definitely have to
We'll,
give.
get, we'll,
I
we'll
mean,
get to that. We'll get to that.
I have to give Migos props for what they did this year. I mean, I'll definitely talk about them later, but I mean, you know, as a whole, as a collective, as a sound, generally, I mean, they were extremely influential in 2017. I mean, not just with their own individual selves, but just with music in general.
All right.
But man, Offset is all right. I mean,
It's an interesting choice.
It is. It's very. I mean, it's very hard for me to wrap my head around.
Because
but
when I think of MC, I think of yes, it is about moving the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Lyrics,
yes,
charisma.
yes, it is about rocking to the beat. And I have to agree. Like out of everybody in Migos, when it comes to actual lyrics, I probably would go more towards Offset than I would a Quavo or a Takeoff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean. But to put him in the top tier of MCs for the year, I mean, you got your yoga pants on, bruh.
hey, if y'all know
It's a little
about
stretch.
Through the Craig, you
little
know what a
stretch.
motherfucking yoga
Little
pants
stretch.
is. Anyway,
Can I say something real quick?
Do it.
So I find it interesting that you have a problem with, but you haven't mentioned Travis Scott at all. When both of them have a mark on consistency. So if you take a look, Travis Scott has been on a lot of records this year, and even though he dropped something a long time ago, it still is very much so alive. So I think it's very interesting that you had a problem with Offset, but not with Travis Scott.
So here's why I don't have a problem with Travis Scott.
Get
I
him.
actually-
Get
I
him,
actually
girl.
wrote this
Get
down.
him.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I actually wrote it down because
All right, let's
I
go.
thought of Travis Scott. Because when I was thinking of top MC, I'm thinking it's not just who dropped a project this year and who bodied it, but it's what else have you done? Like, what features have you done? You know, whose else's product have you been featured on where you've been able to showcase your ability? And Travis Scott is, in my opinion, like after listening to a lot of the new cats that are coming out, he is one of the most influential artists that we've had probably in this decade, like of the 2010s. Like he's up there. I mean, he influenced Kanye West. We talked about Kanye didn't drop a project.
yeah. But for this year,
For this year, he didn't drop a project, but he still did a lot of work. And I mean, I can't necessarily argue against Travis Scott because I enjoyed a lot of the work that he
Right.
put out outside of his own personal work. I mean, he dropped a visual for Goosebumps with Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
Obviously, I'm a fucking Kendrick Lamar stan, so that was awesome for me. He was on SZA's project and did an
Right.
awesome feature on that.
Right.
I mean, he had random features on damn near every album that like we're probably gonna talk about later.
Exactly.
He has
Yeah.
a feature on.
as we move on.
And
But
so
you're bringing up consistency.
yes, and so
Offset is also consistent.
he hasn't had as many features on other people's projects though. I mean, I mean, when I'm thinking about consistency, I'm thinking about who's featured on other people's stuff. So yes, he was on the Migos record and it was dope. Yes, Bad and Bougie, which was like one of the hottest songs of the year. He was the one that did the hook on it that I called was going to be a fucking hit when it first
Yes,
came
you
out.
did.
All right. So I definitely understand that, but when it comes to influencing the whole piece, I think it's harder for me to separate one person from a collective than it is to just say like this one person. Like, and that's why for Travis Scott, he's one person, and he
Right.
influenced a lot.
I think when we go MC, I think we think about like solo artists instead of collectives.
It's hard for a group because
At least
you know,
that's what I was thinking
when
of
I think
when we came up with this list.
it's like when I think about the Migos as a group, I think they were extremely influential in 2017. Like, I mean, they're right up there for me.
I will throw in one thing because I think you're
We'll move on.
not thinking about Without Warning. That was that one with 21 Savage.
21 Savage and
Metro
Offset,
Boomin.
yeah, with Metro, yeah.
Okay.
Really quickly though, I just want to say that I disagree a little bit with my brother, only because I think that Travis
No
Scott.
one wins when the family feuds. Okay.
Hey, if
and
you
the
don't know
thing
that,
is-
look it up. Do your homework.
It's funny because I'm a huge Travis Scott fan, but I think that there's something about Travis Scott that's missing that excludes him from being listed in the tops because he doesn't really have a strong identity as a rapper to me.
Yeah.
And you
Like
know what
he
I
is
think
a
that
great rapper, but I think even lyricism is a little lacking to where I can't be like, ooh, he's one of the greats.
And I think that detriment is to the fact that Kanye West came out with his sound before Travis came out with it, and that's what it is. It's
And
like
it was influenced by, yeah.
Exactly.
But Travis Scott's sound, like, I mean,
and that's kind of what happened to Cy Hyde too. But then we'll talk. Sorry, go ahead. We got,
No, I was just gonna say that I agree with Ben's list, but I would take Offset off and put Gucci Mane there if you're talking about consistency. Because for the year, consistently, he's been on the Gold Link track. He has, like, I don't know, maybe 3 albums, 2 mixtapes out this year. He's been very consistent so far this year.
so yeah, Gucci is not for me on the top MC list, but he was definitely in the mix. I mean, his project Drop Top Guap was like
we're going all over
one
the
of
place
the
now.
like
Shit.
one of my favorite projects.
trying
of
to
the
keep
year.
this shit in
For
straight, but
sure,
this motherfucker.
for sure. Like I mean, you got Metro doing all the fucking beats. You got Gucci riding this shit with a clear head. He's off the drugs. He's clear headed. He's focused. He's still got the bounce and the Southern swag. Like yes, like. Gucci surprised me in 2017. I didn't think he was gonna come out as big as he did, but he was dropping. There was a period of time where he dropped like 3 projects in like fucking a month or some shit. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely gotta give Gucci props.
All right, so moving on. Sorry, we got a lot to cover today, so I'm gonna be trying to keep us on track. Let's go straight to singles per request. Sorry.
All right.
We're gonna go to these singles. So what y'all think about these singles? So again, we're doing like the top singles that we think that stood out. I know you guys all have like a little somewhat program, but we got a little change up request.
Yeah. So I'm behind that. My favorite single is, I think one people didn't consider, but Kendrick Lamar's DNA.
That's my number one, Ben.
I
Fuck
thought
you,
that
bro.
was the like when we talk about 2017, one thing that you might want to consider is like a theme, anger, and DNA had it. It was
Relating to the top of this
angst. I would call it more angst than anger, but yeah, it's like
I'm mad that you would call it angst.
Wow. Well, okay.
Touché.
So how many singles did you have as like the top singles today?
Afterwards, I'm talking Jay-Z, Story of OJ.
yeah.
I had threw in Gucci. I got the I Get the Bag.
Yeah, that was big.
That's a dope song, man.
Yeah. I threw in this one. This might be controversial. Lil Uzi Vert.
Keep going. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Keep going.
And then
It don't matter.
Another one that I don't think anyone would really consider, but ASAP Ferg's Plain Jane.
Okay, wait.
Stop.
Okay,
Oh,
all
my
right.
God.
Can we stop at Plain Jane for a second? Let's stop at Plain Jane
No,
for
no,
a
no,
second.
no, 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 no.
No, I have
God, I
to.
can't
I
keep this
have to.
attached.
I have to.
Who wants to give me another beer?
Because you said
Love you, babe.
Because you said 2. It's 2 of
got
them.
it.
Because
Go.
you said Plain Jane. So does Plain Jane sound like anything else to you?
Anybody want a beer?
Has anyone heard the song No Limit by G-Eazy and Cardi B? Has anyone heard this? So I'm so glad you said that, Ben. First of all, A$AP Ferg, I fuck with A$AP Ferg. His project was kind of whack. But Plain Jane was decent.
Yes.
Plain Jane was
We're
decent.
skipping around and we have a fucking schedule to
don't
stick
give a
to.
fuck. What the fuck is this?
Anyway.
We colored people, yo. We do what the fuck we want. So Plain Jane was decent. You know, Nicki Minaj jumped on the remix. And then we've got No Limit with Cardi B and G-Eazy, which is they both 2 different producers, 2 different sessions. They both sample and get inspired by the same Slava Manab record.
Yes.
Fuck with me and get some money.
And then they both come
Suck
out
a nigga dick or something.
and they both come out with the same shit. And in my opinion, the No Limit track is better.
Ah.
I think No Limit is superior
I agree.
to Plain Jane.
Hey, that's perfectly fair. I was just like looking back at the year and I was like, what are those songs that I just couldn't get out? It was just like stuck in my mind. And like that was it. And a lot of it is because I loved that Juicy J when it first came out.
Yes, who didn't?
I was listening to it. And
I knew that whole fucking verse. Slop on my knob. Corn on the con.
Hey, can I bring up a point really quickly though? Just real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to point out the fact that nobody really fucking gave G-Eazy credit until he came out with this No Limit track, which really kind of pisses me off because he's a great fucking MC.
Pound motherfucking business.
I
Sorry.
fucking
Yes.
love G-Eazy, but it's like the fact that he had to come out with some ratchet shit for people to be like, yo, did you hear about G-Eazy? Kind of blew the fuck out of
Been
me.
really
And I don't know.
pop though lately. Though.
I mean, but like, really
get
think
you.
about it. Like,
I get you.
before he came out with that, it was like, yeah, I heard about G-Eazy.
So
He's
here's-
cool, but
Here's my piece on G-Eazy. Here's my
He's been
piece on
out.
G-Eazy. He's that new lane of like pop rap.
I'll give you that.
Right? And I feel like Drake was probably the first one. And, you know, I feel like fucking, when we first started this damn podcast, every fucking episode we said Drake. And so we haven't mentioned Drake in a while. But I have to say, like, Drake pretty much, like, defined this lane of, like, pop rap, where it's okay to be a rapper, and it's okay to have feelings, and it's okay to make a pop record that just happens to have rap be the main form of music behind it, right? And G-Eazy took that and ran with it. So he's been successful bigger than I even thought he was. You know, like I knew who he was. I mean, I'm from Oakland, so like I've followed him and shit. But then hearing all this other shit, I'm like, oh shit, he's actually big, like outside of Oakland. Like he's a bigger pop star than he's a rap star. You know, and that's part of it because he's white. And I just you know, say it is what it is. And I mean. But Flo
Okay.
So we're not saying it back to
Audience, settle down now.
2012. All right.
I know we said y'all
Flo
could talk a
Rida's
little
like
bit, but you know,
2012. Let's hold on.
This is going on the iTunes, the podcast shit. So we got to make sure everybody can get heard the right way.
But no, for G-Eazy, yeah. I mean, I think he doesn't necessarily get the biggest props that he deserves
No, he
because he definitely does make quality pop rap. And something about 2017 that I'm sure you guys have all seen. In 2017, hip hop took over rock as the highest grossing genre of music in the U.S. So I think when you say pop and you say hip hop, they're at this point in time, currently, they're interchangeable.
Yes.
So you kind of have to wrap your mind around that and be like, damn, okay, so I'm talking about pop, where back in the day when we were all kids, you know, it was fucking Britney Spears and NSYNC, and nowadays it's fucking Migos and G-Eazy, right? So that's
And Katy
pop
Perry.
music. You know, you have to change you have to change your thinking that now pop is rap.
Yeah.
We have a question statement in the audience.
Hi, you guys. I'm Imani.
Yo.
Money!
Hey. So, okay.
Hey, y'all better go listen to her
Oh my
Generation Gap podcast.
So,
Anyway, go
shameless
ahead.
Okay, can I plug?
Just
I'll
plug
plug
it.
it after.
Plug it real quick and go.
Generation Gap is on SoundCloud right now. I have a podcast with my mom. It's really funny. Okay, all that aside, it's really funny. Tressie, you are wearing A Tribe Called Quest hat, which I love. A Tribe Called Quest. I'm a huge fan. So, interestingly enough, none of you guys mentioned. Did that come out in 2016 or 2017?
16.
Fuck. Okay, never
That's
mind.
why we haven't mentioned
but
it.
That's fair. But okay, I can't remember what song it was, but there's a lyric where Q-Tip was like, "Rap is not pop. If you call it that, then stop."
That's an
and I'm just
old
like,
lyric, but yeah.
it's way back, and I'm just kind of like, how do you feel? And this is a question for all of you guys. How do you feel about, you know, Cedric? You were just talking about like hip hop is kind of like pop at this point. So how do you feel about that shift? Like, what's really going on? You know?
To be honest, it's bittersweet because, you know, hip hop, when it started, it was something that like was supposed to be of the people and of it and describing what's going on in our culture and what's going on in the streets and the shit that we're dealing with. And the fact that we've progressed to a level that like everyone knows it is great. But at the same time, when we have people that I hate using this word, but I can't really find the best word for it right now. Appropriate? You know what I mean? When you have people that appropriate the culture and they try and, like, you have like the Post Malones. I hate Post Malone. I'm sorry, y'all. But you have like people like that that take the culture and don't appreciate it in a way that it's supposed to be appreciated. It's like that's where you get complicated. It's everything it's with everything in life. It's like you have a great idea. Just like say this podcast. We have this great idea. We have this great like vibe in the room right now with all these people. But say we get larger and larger and larger. There's some sacrifices that might have to come to the quality of what we're doing. And I think that's what's happening with hip hop right now, is that there's some sacrifices that we're taking, or not sacrifices, but there's just shit that's happening. Thank you. Compromises and changes that are happening to the culture because of how big it is now. So, I mean,
I don't know, man. This is
way out of what.
No. This is why we did this.
No, for
like,
sure.
Whenever people in hip hop complain about, oh, hip hop is pop. No, that's what we wanted. Like, isn't that what we wanted? We wanted to create this platform and then influence the fucking world. Like, didn't we want to be the biggest shit out?
Then
like,
we want to be heard. That's the one thing. It's like we wanted to be heard all around. Sorry, but go ahead.
But that's the whole point. It's like, motherfuckers didn't start hip hop. Motherfuckers didn't start rapping to just be like, yeah, I just want to rap for my friends and just in that small circle be hot. Like, no, you want the world to hear your shit. You want everybody to be on this wave. So, to me, it's a natural progression of from where it started to where it is today to like, yes, it should be number one because that was the whole point. Mm-hmm. That was the whole goal. I mean, shit, dude, like jazz came around and then motherfuckers appropriated that, so we moved on. We made fucking rock and roll. Motherfuckers appropriated that, so we moved on and we made hip hop. Motherfuckers gonna appropriate that, and guess what? 10 years from now, we're gonna make some other shit.
Right.
But that's the point. That's the goal. Like, I'm never mad at success. I'm never mad at success because that's the whole point. That's why we're here. This is why we do what we do.
I mean, that's the whole reason why you have like singles that are so huge right now.
Yeah.
Like there's singles that like the singles that I wanted to go ahead and point out were.
She's trying to bring it back
Yes,
so
I
bad.
am, motherfucker.
She's trying to bring
that was
it
a
back
great
so
segue.
hard.
And if you didn't point it out, it would have went smooth, bruh. But anyway, no, like the singles I wanted to point out was One DNA. We have all said that. We've all.
That was my number one. Yep.
You know, but I also wanted to say Lemon. Lemon touched me like a motherfucker.
Was it Lemon or was it that video with that? Yeah, right. Yes.
Motherfucker. Anyway, I mean, it was all of it. And then I also have Gold Link Crew. And then I also have T-Shirt by Migos. Because that shit stuck with me for a long time. So those are like some of the biggest singles that I think that hit this year. Like Crew, like that shit, I could not, she see money all around. I could not stop bumping that. It's so infectious. Yep. And then T-Shirt, to me, I just think, I could not stop saying 17.5 same color T-shirt. I didn't know what the fuck I was saying. I didn't. I knew it had something to do with some goddamn drugs.
Fans gonna pull up at your door like she's talking about 17.5.
17.5. They're like, hey. You know, I don't know. But that's what I was like, that shit bounces. The same way with all the Molly Percocet and Mask Off and all the other shit. Even though Mask Off probably was, but I didn't throw that in my top just because it became too popular and I don't feel like I'm a person that likes popular shit.
I mean,
what about you? What were your top?
So for
singles?
me, DNA was my top. I had Bad and Bougie.
We probably shouldn't even mention Kendrick Lamar because everybody knows that.
No,
we're
it's
gonna
fine.
Anything in Kendrick does.
No. I have to mention Kendrick Lamar because I was late to Kendrick Lamar. I was late as fuck.
Told the story pretty.
I was late as fuck to K-Dot, all right? But then when I finally got him, it was like, he's obviously better than everybody else because he is. And, you know, this year, if you don't know it, both Kendrick and the pop star Drake himself dropped albums and you know.
Shots fired.
What?
Shots.
No. This was prefaced by saying hip hop is the now pop. So by saying pop, I'm saying relax, chill out. It's still hip hop, all right? He outsold Drake in the first week. He did.
I love y'all.
He sold
You guys are
600,
great.
and Drake sold like 450 or 5. It's fine, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
So there's DNA. Bad and Bougie, which the first time I heard this fucking song, my cousin will attest to you here. I said this song is gonna be the biggest shit ever.
And I have to
called
say
it.
yes
I
because
fucking I
know
never had these
you
shits.
did.
I did. And then I also have Bodak Yellow. I have because
oh, you're happy now.
so
All right, youngins.
So the
1,
reason
2,
why I have
3.
Bodak Yellow, I gotta tell y'all, like I've never heard of Cardi B as a fucking rapper.
I was watching Love and Hip Hop.
I was at work. I was at work, and this chick was singing this. No,
The
bitch,
bitch, you
I
can't
ain't
fuck with me
if you want. And I was like, what the fuck are you singing? What the fuck is that? What are you doing? And she said, oh, it's Cardi B. I'm like, who is what? And then like 2 months later, I heard the song, and I was like, holy shit. Like, and so for me, that song was more impact than it was necessarily the quality of the song. And there was that video that went viral with a chick like pushing her boyfriend, like singing the lyrics of the song. Like, I'm like,
There's a lot of
this
shit that
is
happened with that.
this song
That's
is
true.
bigger than just like the 16 bars that she
Right.
spit.
Like-
Like it's a movie.
Maybe a bit of an overarching theme of like women pushing back.
Maybe, yeah. You could be right, dude, because you know, with the whole sexual harassment, people coming out saying stuff, Cardi B being like, little bitch, you ain't fucking with me. Like, it's empowerment, right?
Yeah.
I had Mask Off, yo. I had to. Like, there.
I mean, it was huge. It was
huge.
I wasn't sure how to
Fucking
feel.
Kendrick did a remix.
It was huge.
That was
I mean,
fucking
everybody
sick.
started playing the flute.
The
Like,
flute,
let's
the
be real.
flute got huge.
Everybody was
right?
like, like, yeah. Everybody was
But that
like,
shit
oh,
was
I know how to
hot.
play this shit.
But that
I'm
shit
on
was
the
hot,
bomb.
yo.
It was.
No,
Somebody
it
told
was
me I
hot.
should have did it on the saxophone. I was like, nah, nigga. I'm good.
My only feel, I felt like Mask Off was a great 30-second song.
It's
That is very true. I agree
That's
with
fine,
you.
but it's like
I
most,
agree with you.
most songs. It's like the best part is the hook and like a little bit of the jiggle from the fucking verse, whatever, right? And then he had Amber Rose in the fucking video, so it's like, all right, you win.
I didn't even fucking know that.
Yeah. And then my last one was Story of OJ. I mean,
That
I had to put Story of OJ in there just
amazing.
because it's like this 40-something-year-old man is trying to tell me how to spend my money, and he's right.
Part of what's so
Let's
brilliant
move on.
about the song is how simple it is. He's
Yeah.
like, yo, sit down. I'm going to tell you a story.
Exactly.
Which is great. So moving on, I guess, to our last subject. I'm just gonna make this the last subject of our
Okay.
tops.
You just did that? Okay.
Yeah,
great.
because I mean, we had a lot of questions and shit. We need to keep moving. Top albums.
Ooh.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through mine. I need to make sure I count how many I had. All right, I'm gonna go through mine. You go through yours. You go through yours, and then we discuss.
All right.
I have Jadena. I don't know if y'all know that. Jadena was my shit. I bumped that motherfucker for half the year.
Okay.
I also have Rhapsody, Layla's Wisdom, which is why I was very pissed I didn't put her in my top MC. But that shit was just crazy. Layla Hathaway, that just made me think of her. Rhapsody will wrap circles around every motherfucker rapper out here. Not saying she'll win when it comes to Kendrick, but you know, whatever. I got Kendrick Lamar, of course, damn. I got Sci-Hi the Prince.
Oh,
No Dope.
really?
Yeah. Sci-Hi
No
the Prince.
dope on Sunday.
No Dope on Sundays. And I have some honorable mentions. I have J.I.D.'s Never Story and Jay-Z's 44.
Okay.
444.
Yeah, 444. Sorry, I'm drinking. I've been drinking. You ready?
Oh, yeah. I'll go with mine. I got Kendrick Lamar, he just tops with Damn.
Yep. Mine was in no particular order, by the way.
I think that I was kind of similar, but I had a number 2, Tyler, the Creator, Flower Boy.
Wow. Okay.
Dude,
Okay.
That was a good album.
It's such a good album. And it was kind of like, I hadn't been, like, I always appreciated Tyler's business sense and stuff like that.
Right.
But I heard him in raps and I was like, oh, it's okay. But I listened to it and it's just so strong front to back. And part of it is this personal thing. And I think that's one of those things that you gotta do. I don't know. I just saw a lot of personal opening up in this year with albums, which is also why I got Jay-Z with 444. And then I got one which is kind of cheating, Bruno Mars, 24 Karat. It's just so
So
damn
cheating.
good.
You are cheating.
But it was like, I was like, this is
not
all
hip-hop.
part of the culture, man.
It is part of the culture,
I
but it's not
can't, I
hip hop.
can't not. I was trying so hard.
Is it pop?
No.
You call them stop.
And then the great one which I really want to put out is Big Crits.
Yeah. Oh fuck! Did I not?
It's too late, motherfucker. You had a whole year for this shit.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm
You
sorry.
had a whole year for this shit.
Rap is not
Sad.
pop if you call that and stop. I'm
What
just
you
gonna
got?
say that for
All right.
everything that I do wrong.
So obviously, to echo the fucking, preaching to the choir here, I got "Damn" is number one,
Damn. God damn you.
and then everything else in no particular order. I got "Forever's a Mighty Long Time," Big Crit. Definitely, it's up there for me. I have "Layla's Wisdom" by Rhapsody, which is again really impactful for me. I mean, one both of you guys missed that I'm glad I have on my list. 2 Chainz, "Pretty Girls Love Trap Music."
No, that missed my list. I had to push it
I
off.
had to put that on my list. And so for me, it was either Pretty Girls Love Trap Music
Pretty Girls was dope.
or Migos Culture. And what came down to it for me, which is in contrast to Mr. Ben over here, who put Offset on his fucking top MC list, is 2 Chainz just came with more bars. There were just more bars on Pretty Girls Love Trap Music than there was on Culture. So yeah, there you go. There it is.
All right.
Woo, wanna fight
I
about it?
apologize to Big Crit and 2 Chainz because y'all
yeah.
should have been on my shit.
I have one more.
Oh yeah, you do.
Joey Badass, All American Badass.
Shit, that was good too. But I wouldn't put that on my top. I think that's an honorable.
Yeah.
I mean, that was great.
I mean,
but
I
it
had-
wasn't something I.
I had
so I had to be
honorables
honest.
as well. I had honorables as well. I had the Sci-Hi as an honorable
I had to be
mention.
honest with myself. Y'all saw that, so shut up. Try to not anyway. I don't care. Shit, we drinking. I'm with family, right? We all good. All right.
Good drink.
No, but I had to be honest with myself. I did not bump Joey as often as I wanted to. Like, of course, I loved that project when I first went through it. It was great, but I remember going back to Jadena. I remember going back to JID, and I remember going back to all the people that I mentioned. Like, I went back to Jay-Z's 444 a lot. Like,
I didn't go back as much as I thought.
and I
I
think,
would.
and then I realized that wasn't something that a lot of people did. Like, like a lot of people listened to it like once or twice and then it was done. I saw a lot of just replayability. I'm making up words.
I had a similar experience with
That's a word.
Sci-Hi's
and
No
then
Dope on Sundays.
Sci-Hi gave the motherfucking gospel to all these motherfuckers out there. Like, if you are a dope boy out there anywhere, he gave the gospel. He said, get your money and get out the game. He said a lot of good shit in that motherfucker.
So that's why I gave Sci-Hi like in the top MC category, but not so much the top albums. I feel like there were
That album
a
was
few
great,
albums
though.
that came out that were better, but it was close, man. It was close.
Very
That
close.
Sci-Hi shit was fucking dope. Like I loved it. No Dope on Sundays is
I'm just very, very disappointed in myself because I didn't put Big Crit in there because I bumped Big Crit a long time.
I don't know how you did.
I don't know.
Yo,
But that's
actually,
albums.
I got one little thing to say about that.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish the selection of singles for that Big Crit album were better because it had so many good songs, and I didn't feel like the songs they picked as singles were the best representation.
So are you blaming the label or are
Yeah,
you blaming
yeah.
Big Crit? Okay.
I mean,
label.
I mean, if you want to grab it, what's that one joint with Big Bun B? Ride With Me?
Yeah.
That was such a good song. That should have been a single.
I mean, anybody else? SZA, Control? Like, was that not the fucking shit?
that's
was that not like one of the top albums that came out this
It's
fucking
not
year?
hip hop, so I
Travis
didn't put it
Scott.
in my
But
top.
I had bro.
The same
like,
way that
shit-
Bruno Mars isn't hip hop, but I didn't put it in my goddamn top. I'm sorry? I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he cheated. He knew he cheated.
I will
you knew you cheated.
You chose Jadena. That's not cheating.
No, it's not, because he rapped. Who said, what? What? She said kinda?
He
We
kinda
fighting.
rapped.
Who else? You want to fight too?
SZA bodied
I'll fight all
a
y'all.
lot of motherfuckers out there, like because that's not rap either.
Last year. Oh,
It qualifies.
call him out, baby. I love you. Anyway. All right, we got
Thanks
one.
for listening.
All right, we got one more. We got one more topic, and then we got a special treat for y'all. So let's just get through this, and so we can try and get through the rest
bottom of the barrel.
So these are the most disappointing albums that we went through. So I'm gonna give mine out.
Man, okay, go.
I'm gonna give mine out real quick.
Yeah.
Young Ma, Her Story.
Okay.
Next one. I love this motherfucking rapper to death, but he has not shown up for the last
Say
2
it.
to 3
Say,
years.
I already know who you're gonna say. I already know
Wale,
it. Yep.
Shine. Big Sean, I Decided, and Lupe Fiasco, Drogas Light. Go.
You gonna hit me. Migos culture.
Whoa!
I know. I gotta say
Let's
how
go.
I felt about
Come
it.
on. Let's go.
I know.
What?
That's what yeah.
Disappoint. Okay.
Young Thug and Future, super slimy. And then XXX
Tentacion.
17.
17, go.
All right, Ben. Me and you are gonna have to talk after this podcast in the alley.
Yes.
So disappointing albums, man. It was hard because there were a lot that fucking pissed me off this year. First of all, Big Sean, like you claim to be the top in the top tier, and you keep putting out bullshit. Wale again underperforming. Lupe's album Drogas Light was just not what I was expecting. ASAP Ferg, man, like I fucking
Still striving?
still striving, man. Like he's still trying to get there. But his first record was so good.
Yeah.
Like Trap Lord to me was like so underrated. And then everything he's put out since then, he's been like chasing something, and he just hasn't quite got it yet. Dude, Culture, for real? You put Culture at the bottom?
How come Culture was not
no.
in any of our lists for the top album? Huh?
Because it wasn't like...
Because there was so much Migos and so much talk that it got hyped up, and I got disappointed when I listened to it, and I was like, this isn't as strong as I felt it would be. And I heard so many songs with people from Migos throughout the year, and I was like, this song is hot. But as far as an album, as a complete project, I was like, oh, actually, I'm a little disappointed. And I was disappointed to the point where I was like, this is the most disappointing, which is why I said it first.
So you have Offset as one of your top MCs, but then you have his marquee project as one of your worst projects of the year. Shit don't add up, bro.
It don't add up because I listened to the Migos project and I had such high hopes, and then I was like, yo, Offset came out with a thing. This is like it was so like this was like guerrilla shit. You know, it was like not even a physical. And I was like, dude, I can't stop listening to this. So
I'm gonna cut y'all off. Sorry, y'all gonna go on forever.
we shouldn't.
You know what we gonna do right now? We about to get some real music up in this motherfucker, though.
Let's do
I think
it.
we gonna do that.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do is introduce all y'all to my boy, my heart and soul. No, I'm just kidding. Ross Caesar. We gonna get this motherfucker to perform a brand new song for y'all. This will be like a nice little intermission. So we'll get like 5 minutes for you guys to just, if you need to use the restroom or something like that, go ahead and do it. But in about 5 minutes, we're gonna start his little set. All right? Let's do that.
Charlie, come here. You see my whip, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my jewels, pretty motherfucker. You see my bitch, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my fade, pretty motherfucker. You see my whip, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my jewels, pretty motherfucker. You see my bitch, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my fade, pretty motherfucker. I'm talking slick, very greasy, yo, I'm holding it. You see my neck, how I keep it very golden shit. I got a fat knot next to my cheaper. I leave my freak till the next time I see her. I check my stash very fast in the mirror dash. I rock that y'all ain't gotta tell me shit. Roll 4 wheels, son diamond spaceship, gold in the earlobe, superhero suede rope, thumbing through my pesos, blowing on flamingo loud, coughing up no sound, pounding on my chest. Job turkey, you ain't even gotta guess. Smoke box the vehicle, agreeable, gripping like a pro, rapping like a gift. Skip the tape and here we go. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. What I say? What I say? That's how we gon' slice it every time. Fuck out of here. You see my whip? That's a pretty motherfucker. You see my jewels? Pretty motherfucker. You see my bitch, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my fade, pretty motherfucker. You see my whip, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my jewels, pretty motherfucker. You see my bitch, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my fade, pretty motherfucker. You see Charlie, this is how you milk the cow. Come pow, karate kick it down now. High flying ninja, injecting like syringe. Slick great adventure, fraudulent offender. Ragdoll his ass like money, yo, who sent ya? You see, I don't fuck around, I don't trust a clown. Chief Forza, please don't come closer. Secure every bag like a dama with the bolsa. I put a Testarossa, Italian leather sofa. You do what you supposed to. Silly fool, really, this is only big really. You know this big city, it's a given how I'm living. This is big pimpin', player just hold up. Show you how to roll up, shown up. Compare me, yeah, to no one. I'm different, yeah. Putting suckers on a poster, man, listen. I'm ballin' Scotty Pippen, yeah. You see my whip, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my jewels, pretty motherfucker. You see my bitch, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my fade, pretty motherfucker. You see my whip, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my jewels, pretty motherfucker. You see my bitch, that's a pretty motherfucker. You see my fade, pretty motherfucker.
Welcome back. We took a slight intermission. Maybe
I'll
I'll
take a piss, man.
I mean, you know.
We didn't need all the details.
We didn't. We really didn't. But you know what? That's fine.
Do you not piss? Is this like something that's unique to me, or?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great.
I have a catheter. I'm just kidding. That's gross. Yeah, that's bad. Anyway, let's talk about something that's a lot more fun than me having a catheter. Let's talk about some of the top beefs of this motherfucking year. There was a lot of fucking shit that was going on, right? I'm gonna start it off with one of the biggest things that happened this year that's still going on apparently.
What's that?
Remy Ma versus Nicki Minaj.
Yep.
I mean, if you listen to some of the songs, like that "Wake Me Up" song that she has with Lil' Kim and Remy, like you could say it's not a diss, but you know that's a diss. It's a diss.
It's a diss. Yeah.
It's a diss. So, I mean, that shit started in February this year, and that shit has progressed throughout the year. Isn't that some bullshit?
Started in February?
Yes.
Damn. Jeez.
We got Keisha with something.
But isn't it just really Remy Ma dragging it out? Because
you know what? I think I didn't
I
solo.
feel like all year it's been like Remy Ma throwing her disses out. Nicki finally dropped a couple of tracks and like, this is what I gotta say. And now here come Remy again with Lil' Kim still dragging it out. And it's like, girl, don't nobody care for real. Just do you, be happy.
I
don't know.
kind of agree with that because, you know, after Sheetha, I felt like she could have stopped.
Yes.
After
Like-
Sheetha dropped, it's like, you already got her. It's over.
But Remy Ma seems to be petty, though. Right. I'm sorry. What did you say, sir?
What was that?
Papoose wrote Sheetha. If you really listen to it, every
Fuck out of here.
I'm
No.
dead.
I
Listen,
don't
if you
believe
listen to
that.
Papoose,
You could, no. Take the mic from
or
him.
helped.
Fuck that.
Or he
No.
helped. Or he helped.
Nah.
I mean, why, where is this coming from? Like, is it just because now that Drake got exposed for having ghostwriters, it's like now all of a sudden everybody got a ghostwriter or some shit? Like,
I mean, I just honestly feel like I've listened to a lot of Papoose back in the day, and Sheetha sounds exactly like the way he would have wrote it. It's almost like he was standing next
But they're
to her.
also
"You gonna
fucking
say it
married
like
and they
this."
talk to each other.
Yeah, but does
But no, I know for a fact nobody's writing Remy's like bars at all.
I mean, Remy
I
got
know
bars.
that's my nigga. All right? Like, what you want me to say? Yeah, I've been shooting in the gym.
Maybe he influenced. You know?
He influenced?
Yeah,
It could,
through lines, you know?
and that's completely fine because when you are in the same vicinity with somebody for long, extended periods of time, then yeah, that could be true.
I mean, she
Or maybe she learned from Papoose, you know?
Maybe. Or maybe Pap learned from her because she was on before Pap. Let's get it clear. Y'all don't know that? Pap was, well, let's get it clear. Remy was with Big Pun hella long ago. Pap came in the studio. Remy was already spitting bars before that. Didn't even want to fucking give a fuck about Pap when they first even met. So I don't even know if y'all even know that. So anyway, Rem be writing her own bars. Pap be writing his own bars.
Yep.
They both have different fucking like spectrums. I think Rem is more of like not a pop artist, but like more in the mainstream. And Pap is, of course, an underground artist. So like they have two different dynamics about what their music is. But I also understand when it comes to battle raps, maybe Pap could have influenced, but I don't think he wrote. So shut your mouth, John. All right? That's all I'm saying.
damn.
Let's go on to the next one. We're going to move on from that. Let's talk about like the whole Migos QC quality control versus Joe Budden. Like that shit.
What the hell is this, man? So
Y'all hear us. All right. Who want the mic? Who want the mic? Monty goes first. All right.
I'm back, you guys. It's Imani. Yes, I have a nice caramel cookie in my hand. So, okay, did this start with the whole what was the award show?
BET Awards.
Yeah, the BET Awards, and like Joe Budden seems so pissed off that the Migos are there and like being, I guess, celebrated or whatever. Does Joe Budden have an issue with the fact that like they're popping and they're, I guess, what is considered like mumble rappers?
So it started before that.
Okay.
It started before that. It started with the Lil Yachty interview on Everyday Struggle. It started before that where Joe Budden gave Yachty shit for being happy all the time. And Joe Budden's like, why the fuck you so happy? You know, and he kind of came at him aggressive. And to Joe Budden's defense, even if you see how he kind of reacted to it afterwards, I was getting hyped up because I felt for him. I wasn't like trying to attack him, but I was like, dude, you have to know about your business. You're a young guy coming up from the music industry. I'm a vet. I've been in this for a while. I'm literally just trying to give you game. And he came at that in the wrong approach. But that's kind of was the set-off point, was that Yachty interview. Yachty's with QC, same with Migos, and so it kind of escalated after that.
I just want to say, I feel like Joe Budden is like that angry old man that stands in the window and yells at people outside on the line. Because it's like, you came at Migos, you came at Yachty, you came at fucking Chance. Like, you're a fucking angry old man. Like, what did all these people do to you? You're just mad because they're... Like, what the fuck did they do to you? You just came out of nowhere and was just like, I'm going to yell at you. And then the next time, I'm coming at you. And then next time, I'm coming for your little ass over there. Like, what the fuck did they do to you? Like, just chill the fuck out, old man, and sit down.
Well, yeah, that is his job, right? I mean, that's what he's there for. I mean, that's, you know, it's entertainment, you know, and we're talking about it right now because it was entertaining. And because they have content to create, and they've done that. And it's expanded even now to where Migos have an unreleased video out that has freaking Everyday Struggle.
It just has
video,
to do with the fact.
you know?
It just has to do with the fact that Joe Budden is critical of everybody over there, and that he has walked out because of the truth that Migos does not give good interviews. Point blank. Period. That just that's a fact. So I'm gonna move on from that. Just that was one thing that happened. I appreciate your passion behind it, guys. But we're gonna move on. We got the next thing. I think that was pretty interesting. It's Azealia Banks versus everybody. Every motherfucking party. So I don't know if you guys know who Azealia Banks is.
You know what?
Known for causing trouble.
Exactly.
We all know who she is. Can anyone name one Azealia Banks song?
No. No. So we can't name the song.
I can't name a song. I know
We
who
can't.
she is though.
We can't. But
I've heard she makes music.
she has since beefed with Rihanna. She's beefed with RZA, or indirectly with RZA, and beefed with Remy Ma.
And Cardi.
And Cardi.
And Cardi, yeah.
I mean, just with everyone. And so this is basically what we know Azalea Banks for. And guess what? I'm not going to give her no more time. The next is Extension XXX Extension whatever the fuck his
Triple
name
X.
is. Triple. Yeah, I don't like calling him that.
Tentacion.
Versus everybody as well. So this motherfucker went against Drake because he claimed that Drake stole his flow.
He did.
And okay. Rob Stone, whoever the fuck that guy is, but
That's that song that like Kill Bill song. Yeah, that's that Kill Bill song.
the one that they did not sync well because that shit
Yes.
was off as fuck. Y'all need to know how to sync some goddamn samples like my guy Stone Flacco. Anyway, no, but like yeah, I hated that song because I love that Kill Bill sample, but if you're gonna use that last part of it, you gotta make sure you like stretch or do something with that sample to where it is on beat. Anyway, I mean, I would if I could, but I can't because I won't. And then the Migos jumped XXX.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all saw that?
They
saw
jumped him.
I forgot about that.
They jumped him.
Yeah.
Very
He just talks a lot of
interesting.
shit. X talks a lot of shit.
X does what he wants, and I'm not even sure why. I
I
mean,
mean, he's a young dude, man. He's still a
Yeah.
teenager.
yeah,
He's a fucking teenager.
yeah. Raps like a sorcerer. I'm gonna need you to get the mic, bruh, and say that into the mic and explain that.
He raps like a
Well,
what?
I'm just saying that he raps like a sorcerer. So on his XXL freestyle, if I was start there with murder, that he raps like a sorcerer. It's not like he was prophesizing to me.
He bent down and acted like he was prophesizing.
He took a Colin Kaepernick
He's
knee
like,
and just got the rap.
Not even prophesizing. He sound like I feel you. He sound like he's like doing in incantation. Like he's like I'm about to fucking show you like how I can turn like night into day. Watch me. And it's just like bam, right?
That's an untapped market.
He was the first.
So if y'all ain't noticed, this shit right here is a very we talking shit right now. This is great. I love it. All right, well that's the end of that motherfucking segment before we get in trouble. Last one I want to say is like the breakout artist of the year.
Okay, everybody got Cardi. Okay.
Do you guys listen? So I have a question. I have a question for all y'all in the audience. Thank you. Oh, Imani! I love you. All right. We're doing a lot of yelling. If you need to talk, we got the mic. Do you guys listen to anything but the radio? Yes, ma'am. No? Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure because I mean Cardi wasn't the only motherfucker that came out. Smino wasn't the other motherfucker that came out. I mean we got JID that came out this year. That not really came out, but like flourished this year. Do you guys got something?
I mean, I had X. XXX and Tashion.
XXX.
I did. He was locked up. He was
keep an
came
X
out
on him.
like originally fucking beefing with Drake, and then he came out with this turn up shit, and then his album was completely different.
And I actually like what is it called? 17. And I think I like the song Jocelyn. I mean, it was very emo and very
It's
whatever.
emo rap, yeah, but
he broke out. Everyone's talking about him. He's getting jumped. He's getting this. He's
now he's back in jail
for abuse, sexual abuse, or
well,
just abuse? Domestic abuse. I think.
Witness tampering, right?
He's in jail because of the sexual abuse or the abusing his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who then recanted her shit.
And then he talked to her.
And then he got charged with tampering with a witness. So
Yep.
Yeah. There was one that I was thinking about, Ski Mask, the Slump God, because it was just like,
wasn't that
very
because that whole thing was XXX is
SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's attached to that whole thing. But
Yeah. And I was, when you were like, do you guys listen to anything with the radio? It's like if you're on YouTube and one of those, kids that does that, it's like that's where he kind of blew up. And it just fascinates me just how viral this stuff can get.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, those are the beefs.
Or breakout artists.
Beefing
Or
with
not
breakout
beefs,
artists.
excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I told y'all I've been drinking. I mean, have you not seen how many beers I have? Nah? Yes.
This is not so much of a breakout artist. He's been out, but I like G Herbo's project personally.
G Herbo,
It
he
was
actually
good.
records in this studio that
This
we're in right
studio.
now.
What? Okay, well,
Yes.
This is. He comes in here. This.
I actually,
this is
you know
Gierbo's
what?
Spot. Yeah.
G
That was all I
Herbo,
had to say.
and you know what? I apologize because I actually liked his album, Humble Beast. I'm not a big fan of some of the younger type of songs that he's got on there, but he's actually a storyteller, and he can do that very well. And I appreciate those songs.
For sure. Okay. I mean, I didn't like it.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie.
I wasn't gonna tell
I
you.
didn't like it.
I was actually gonna say shut up because we kind of in somewhere that he actually
That's
spends
fine.
money, and I work here, nigga. Like, so.
Hey, that's fine. That's okay, yo. I don't care who pays the bills. I don't like that shit.
Oh, I know. I mean, you weren't a fan. That's fine.
I wasn't a fan. Nope.
Yeah, we don't have to say it very aggressively.
So, hey, I don't want to skip this because I really want to say this. Biggest L of 2017.
Oh yeah.
I hate to give it to him 2 years in a row,
This is controversial.
but I feel like it's Meek Mill. And here's the reason why I say Meek Mill took the biggest L this year. Because he was rebounding from this whole beef with Drake from last year.
Mm-hmm.
He put out his project. He's out of jail. He's doing shit big. And then he gets locked up again. And everyone, and trust me, this has become a race issue. It's become like an injustice issue. But in all honesty, if Meek Mill had just been doing what everyone in this room does every single day, which is just go to work, go home, and fucking be cool, he wouldn't be locked up right now. But he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He's riding dirt bikes illegally through the streets.
But
he's giving
should you
fake
get-
piss tests to his PO when he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do this type of shit when you're high profile, you got eyes on you, and you're on probation. Can't do it. So I say that's the biggest L. He had the biggest opportunity to turn last year's L into a W this year, and he didn't. He dropped the ball, major.
I still think it's kind of weird that he gets 2 to 4 years for something like that, though. But the thing is that like it doesn't have to do with Meek Mill. It has to do with the whole prison system, the industry, like the whole fucking system.
He could have controlled it. He
I-
could have
I
done.
don't-
He could have
to
made
me,
different decisions.
But at the same time, you shouldn't have the power to give somebody 2 to 4 years for riding a motherfucking dirt bike.
How many piss tests did he fake?
I'm just saying,
You're on probation.
in regards to the thing that put him in jail, which is the dirt bike.
It's not the only thing.
But I'm just saying, like I still just think that there are things that are trying to keep people in jail versus keep people honest or keep people. I mean,
It's true. But this is part of pattern. You know, this is like, was it going back to a gun charge? So it's
From-
really
from
just
how long ago,
I'm
though?
just
Let's-
saying
let's-
that it's
let's talk about
following
that.
him. That's following him.
But isn't it like his third strike though? Like he's had multiple occasions
He's
where
had
he
many.
keeps messing up. Like granted, the system is a little. System is
system
not
is
fair.
fucked up.
However, if he's had multiple chances to get his crap together and clearly he's still not getting it, then maybe you need to do them 2-4
Thank
years
you.
and sit there and think about what you're doing because nothing's getting through to you so
Thank
far.
you, Keisha.
I
You're
got
right.
your back, Cedric.
You're right, because
On this.
it's not like it's the first time. How many piss tests did he fake? It was more than one.
I just
It's
think
more
that
than one.
there's still
Like, he's riding dirt bikes through the street when you know that shit's against the law.
right.
You're on probation, bro.
Right.
Get the fuck off the
I mean-
bike. Yo, where are the people in his team? Like where are the people in his camp who are like, yo, you pay my mama's bills, Meek Mill. So
Why are you doing
you
this?
should probably
That makes sense.
put a suit and
That makes
tie on
sense.
and fucking stand up and be
But
the
at the
cleanest
same
person.
time,
Let
so
me
I should-
let me
I
ride the
should-
dirt bike, Meek Mill, so your ass don't have to go back to jail.
But at the same
'cause now
time,
my
I
mama
need to.
ain't eating.
But this is where I come to. Is at the same time, I need to conform to society just because I like to ride dirt bikes. Maybe I should be riding.
Yes, because it's against the law. It's illegal. Yo, you know what? Some people
just
like
saying.
smoking crack, but you know what? It's against the
Against the
law.
law.
So you probably shouldn't do that shit.
I love how that's related.
You know, it
All
is
right.
though. It is. Like you can't. I'm sorry, bro. I Jay-Z, I give you props for saying, yo, this Meek Mill shit's injustice. But injustice is a man taking a knee because he feels like, you know, black people are getting
For sure.
Mistreated
beaten
by
and
the justice
mistreated.
system.
And
Right.
it's another thing to say, I
That's
feel
true.
like I'm entitled because I'm rich and famous, and I
Right.
can have my boy piss for me so I can go fucking
No.
smoke and drink lean, do all
Yeah.
this other shit.
Okay,
You know
yes.
what I'm saying?
I
no,
do
it's
agree
not,
with
it's
that.
not, it's not cool. Like, you can't set that example for the kids.
I
and
do
say,
agree with that.
I got money, so I'm gonna do what the fuck I wanna do. Who cares what my PO says?
No, I do agree with that. I do agree that you know, like you shouldn't act like you are totally other than thou because you have what you have. Like I definitely agree with that. So I'll leave it at
Why
that.
he takes the biggest L, man? Because he had the biggest opportunity to turn that shit
And he
around,
had
bro.
to be honest, like he had a good year until up
did.
until that point. So that does make sense. All right,
And he lost Nicki.
shots fired. You know what? If this podcast ever goes somewhere, this motherfucker is gonna get us. You on a Charlemagne or something? Like you about to kill us?
Well, I'm just speaking facts.
I know you are speaking from your heart.
No, I'm speaking from the truth.
He's gonna kill us, man. We trying to be something out here.
Anyway,
he's like,
bro.
fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. Like, I don't know. So our last segment of this is we want to go into what we think 2018 is gonna be, right?
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna discuss a few, not even a few, like one or two topics, and then we'll go into the Grammy nods, right? So first thing, what do you guys think? Do you guys so what's really prevalent in the culture right now in hip hop is like drug use. Do we think that drug use is going to go away because lyricism is actually being recognized towards the end of the year? I mean, you look at all of the albums that came out like what on the 15th of December that were like we had Eminem. I mean, if you even go back into November, you had Sci-Hi, you had Big Crit, you had, you know, like a lot of people that are spitting actual lyrical content that doesn't have to do with taking drugs and shit like that, that are coming actually to the forefront. So do you guys think that drug use is going to be a forefront in the next year, or do you think the drug dealer might be in the forefront, or do you think that drugs might be completely?
I think we're gonna see a lot of the same what we saw.
Yeah.
There are two songs that I think about. If off of Kendrick Lamar's "Damn," there's is "Fear."
Yes.
Right, and Kendrick talks about just how he's facing depression, how he feels like he's getting bogged down with stuff that's not important, like. You know, people got real problems, and he's thinking about how others see him, and he's just like, man, I got this like depression about this thing. But then you look at a different song, which is like the Mask Off remix.
Yeah.
And we talk more about that. I think we just can't help but go for the easy way out. It's like, yo, we'd rather just pop something, bounce, and have fun rather than reflect.
It's all good. It's all good.
Go ahead, Monty.
So I also agree. I think we're going to see more of the same, sadly, in terms of drug use. You guys are going to talk about this shortly, but the Grammys, Lil Uzi Vert was nominated for a Grammy. And like his main hit, I like
Y'all
Uzi.
haters.
I mean, I like him, but I don't, whatever. So I'm going to just leave it at that. But his, what was it? All My Friends Are Dead. Whatever the name of the song. EXO Tour Life.
So just All My Friends Are Dead is actually a line towards money.
Oh.
That is
I get it. Like dead presidents. Okay, that makes sense.
But go ahead.
But you know, there's like a line where he's like, "Zanny, make it go away" or whatever. Like he constantly talks about drugs, and this is like a Grammy nominated. I don't know if the song is nominated or his album, but I feel like just off the strength of that, like artists are gonna see like this type of stuff is like making it to the Grammys, so they're probably gonna continue to follow suit. That's just kind of what I think is gonna happen. I would hope it doesn't, but I think it will.
So for me, I don't necessarily have a problem with drug use being portrayed in art, being like put out there, but it has to be used in that artistic way to kind of paint a picture of this is me, I'm human, I'm struggling, I'm dealing with shit. This is how I deal with it, as opposed to glorifying it like, yo, let's fucking do some drugs and fucking party. Like, so, you know, for me, like if it's a Uzi or some shit, I mean, I'm not a huge Uzi fan, but if he's talking about it in the form of like, I'm struggling with some shit, so I do these pills to cope, and he's talking about it honestly, from an honest perspective of himself, like I'm doing this to get over something, I'm a little bit more okay with that than I am with just a song that's just literally just glorifying the drug use overall.
Right.
Because, I mean, you know, we all have, like, we talked about it earlier, you know what I'm saying? We all have shit to cope. We all do shit to cope. But it's like, I guess at what point is enough enough?
Right.
And I agree, though. I don't think 2017 or 2018 is going to be the end of it. I think we're going to see more of it. You know, Lil Peep dying may not be enough. I mean, shit, Lil Wayne had how many seizures?
Yeah, there's so many
you know
people
what I'm saying?
that
How
have
many
been
seizures he had?
affected by
Like, it's not over.
I mean, there's
It's
so many
never gonna
people.
be over.
There's, I mean, ASAP Yams. We have Pimp C. I
Pimp
mean, like
C, Yams,
a
yeah.
lot of people have died.
Mac Dre.
Exactly, like over drug use. So
Yeah.
it's not a new topic. I think it's just being pushed to the forefront a little bit more because now the youth are seeing it a little bit more.
I think that we may see two different sides of this. When you had, I think 2017 had some established artists out there that had to be reflect on their own lives and be more personal to be noticed. Whereas we had a lot of new people that were just like, I sound different, you know, I do this. And
Yeah.
I think that we may see a lot of young artists that ride that same wave. It's like, yo, we do this drug, we hang out, we do this. And older artists are gonna be like, we don't sound unique enough to ride on stuff like that. We have to bring real things. So we may see it coming from two different directions.
I mean, you know, we have like a, what's the guy who did the song fucking Gucci Gang?
Lil Pump.
Lil Pump.
Yes,
So we have
yes.
Lil Pump, right? We have Lil Pump. Dreads, crazy color. There's a YouTube video that's pretty fucking awesome where they take every unique word from the song Gucci Gang, and the song's like 28 seconds long. Because it's like, whenever it's a new word, it's fucking hilarious. It's 28 seconds long. But then you have somebody like a Joyner Lucas who does a remix to a Gucci Gang, and it's like, all y'all new rappers talking about drugs is fucking whack. And he just straight murders them, you know? And then, you know, Joyner Lucas also does this song, you know, I'm Not Racist. That again starts this huge conversation about one of the major themes of 2017, which was again like racism and social injustice, and kind of bringing that kind of stuff to light. So, I mean, yeah, I think there is a lot of drugs that's going to be talked about moving forward, but I also see this like alternative side, this anti-drug, this anti-establishment, this anti-bullshit coming out for people who actually do want to spit bar, for people who actually do want to try to push the culture forward. So I see it going both ways, like, and it kind of a gift and a curse, you know, Jay-Z. It's like hip hop is so big now. Like we can have these conversations where we have artists who are doing one thing and other artists that are doing something completely different, and it still be under the same umbrella, the same you know, vein of hip hop. And to me, that's great. Like I love having discussions about like, yo, motherfuckers talking about the bullshit and motherfuckers talking about the real.
Yeah.
But it's all still hip hop.
Some of that bullshit is fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love it. Yeah. All right, last thing. We're gonna talk about the Grammy nods. So the Grammys. So there's a couple of things in the general fields. I think this is the first time that we've ever had this many like hip hop people in the general like record of the year, song of the year categories.
Yeah.
So record of the year goes to Redbone, Childish Gambino, Story of OJ, Jay-Z, Humble, Kendrick Lamar, 24 Karat Magic, Bruno Mars. And
Don't act like
who do you guys think is gonna win? I personally think it's either Humble or Redbone. At least that's what I hope. You can be honest on the mic.
If we're really thinking about the Grammys, it's great that we've been like finally literally included. But if you really, really want to think about it, Bruno Mars is gonna win that. Like,
But if you also want to like really think about how
it.
great that motherfucking song is, you can't deny that song.
Yeah,
is the shit.
everybody loved that song.
That song
but
is the shit.
Think about who votes for the Grammys.
You got the mic, but you going like this.
Okay, but
There you
think
go.
about who votes for those Grammys.
Spit 'em.
Oh, y'all want me to hit some rounds?
Oh yeah, go.
Y'all know I don't do that. But but no,
No, I
seriously,
got you.
like,
No, I
like
get
think
what you're
about
talking
it.
about.
Think about it for real.
What about you?
So I mean, you know, Grammys is when it comes down to it. In case you guys don't understand the process, there's a board that pretty much gives the nominees. It's an appointed board from people who've been in the industry for years and years and years. Luckily, we're actually in. This studio is actually owned by one of the people who's the
On the
Chicago
board.
chapter. So he's the president of the Chicago chapter. Matt Hennessy is.
Shout out to VSOP Studios. I'm sorry, I don't even think we did that shit. You are right now inside of VSOP Studios, motherfucker. This studio is legendary, and we got a legendary engineer in this motherfucker, Matt Hennessy. He has worked with the likes of DMX, Twista, every motherfucking body. He's working right now with G Herbo. So show some motherfucking love. Let me get some love. Let me get some love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all good. So Matt's on the board, right? So he votes on the nominees. And then everyone who's a part of the Grammy Association gets to vote on those nominees that were chosen. And so what happens a lot of times is the reason why like Eminem wins a lot, or I guess Eminem's a great example, is because it's a popularity contest. Because whether you're a member of hip hop or you're a member of pop or rock, you still get to vote on all the categories. So what happens is, if you're a rapper, you may not know who the fucking best rock person was, but guess what? That's on your ballot. You may not know who the best jazz solo album performance was, but guess what? That's on your fucking ballot. So you get to vote on everything, even
Not
if that's
just what
not
you are
your thing,
specialized in.
right? So what happens a lot of the time is, for those off genres, it becomes a popularity contest. It becomes on whose name is most well recognized.
Yeah.
And so for me this year, looking at it, there's several names on there who are pretty well known. I mean, you got Jay-Z, you got Kendrick, you've got Gambino, you've got Bruno. So it's, you know, these are all well-known people.
Yeah.
So at this
I missed
point,
one. Did I say
it could actually be, you know, who's your favorite? Or who do you think is the best? Because these are all pretty well-known names. And for the first time, there's no white male in this category. So it's like, you know, I don't know if it's good or bad, but it is.
It's different.
It is what it is. If it's not, then what is it? But that's pretty much how the voting works. So yes, it is a popularity contest, guys. But the nominees are not a popularity contest. The nominees are by those actual people who are in the industry who know what the no is.
There's still some politics behind it, but
There's definitely politics.
I mean,
in
there's
everything.
politics
Everything.
behind everything that you ever vote on in a large mass anything.
What, Cedric? What do you think deserves it? If you had a vote on the ballot for the record of the year, what would you pick?
I mean, I think all of the songs that were listed, like they all deserve it.
That's why they're there.
Exactly.
What do you want?
Exactly. No, exactly. And I'm not complaining. I'm just
I can tell
literally
you
just putting
mine.
it like I think this year they did a really good job.
You're a little, yeah.
And if there was one to pick, oh shit, man. It'd probably be either between Kendrick and Childish Gambino.
I was just gonna say that. Mine would be Redbone though.
One of those two. I mean,
All right. But
I'm sorry, man. Childish, dude, when he came out with that shit, who was expecting that? Who was expecting that shit? Like,
all right.
it came out of nowhere.
Moving on to album of the year, we have album of the year, "Awaken My Love," Childish Gambino, 444, Jay-Z, Damn, Kendrick Lamar, Melodrama, Lord, and 24 Karat Magic, Bruno Mars.
Yeah. What do you mean?
So what are you guys thinking? I would literally, as much as I love Kendrick, I would still give it to Childish Gambino.
What?
Yep. I would. Sorry, that's what if I was in the Grammy shit and I could vote, that's where my vote's going to. What about you?
There's no way I would not vote for Damn.
Okay.
I mean, Damn is not my favorite Kendrick album.
It's not.
Don't care. It's 2017.
I agree. And
I'm sorry,
it
but that's just
would
not-
be difficult for me to choose between Damn and Childish Gambino. Like it's really close. Like I understand Kendrick got robbed, his last one out.
But that doesn't mean that he
they,
gets
so,
to,
so
like,
they might
have
give
a
it to him.
one-up.
So the Grammys might give it to him because he got robbed. But Childish Gambino also did a damn good job. So I mean, in my opinion, it's between those two, and it's really hard for me to pick two. Luckily, I'm not on the fucking Grammy committee, and I don't have a vote, so I don't have to vote. Ha!
Right. Best new artist. We have Alessia Cara, Khalid, Lil Uzi verse. I told y'all I've been drinking. Julia Michaels and SZA, hands down.
SZA murdered that. I mean,
I don't even
that's
think we
gonna be
need.
SZA.
I don't even
I don't
think we
think
need
she's
to
gonna
say
win.
anything
I don't
else.
think she's gonna win.
No,
but
she probably won't. But
Wait,
But I think
who
she
she
should.
lose to though?
I don't know whose name
Alessia
is.
Cara,
Yeah, I don't even know who that is, but I'm pretty sure
the
people
girl
who
that
vote on the
sings on
Grammys know
the
who
number phone.
Which one?
Oh yeah,
Logic
she's on
song.
that one. That Logic song.
Khalid sings on that too. But it's fine.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, they'll probably
Let's
win.
go into the shit that we actually know about. Rap. Best rap performance. We have Bounce Back by Big Sean, Bodak Yellow by Cardi B, 444 by Jay-Z, Humble by Kendrick Lamar, Bad and Bougie by Migos. I am going for Humble. Fuck you. Come on.
From those, Humble.
Man, best rap performance? Shit, man. I'm sorry, man. I have to. I'm giving this one to performance overall. Shit. Bodak Yellow. And Bodak Yellow. Yep. Performance, guys. It's
No.
not saying the song. Performance is not the song. It's not like it's the performance. Who gave you that fucking shit to your face?
I was gonna say the same
Bodak
thing
Yellow.
because you have to think about every performance that Cardi has done of that. If you watch every fucking music show or what are the award shows and shit like that, she brings that performance every fucking time and drives the crowd insane. Even if you check her Instagram and watch her shit when she's doing it in her regular shows and shit, there's never, like, she had a fucking crowd of like 1 million people. It probably wasn't that many people, but the whole fucking crowd was going off on that song.
Yep.
So performance wise, I'm pretty sure she's gonna get that shit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
You're right.
All right, we got best rap song. All right, we got Bodak Yellow, Chase Me. Who the fuck is what is
The
that?
fuck is that?
Oh, Danger Mouse featuring Run the Jewels and Big Boy.
Okay.
Humble, Sassy, and Story of OJ. To be honest, I can't think of Chase Me. Sassy is Rhapsody.
Oh.
Rhapsody is dope. On the way up. No, that's not on the way. Yeah, is it on the way up?
This is not my job.
Ben just fucking played me though.
So-
all right.
So for
What'd you
rap song, yeah, at this point, for rap song, when it includes the songwriters, I have to put Humble in there. Then
Humble.
at this point, you know what
I mean, I don't really need to know the other ones, even though Sassy's is good, but nah. What? Go ahead.
Oh,
Story of OJ is great.
Maybe I'm thinking a little differently because of the category, but I would say Story of OJ.
So the only reason why I didn't say Eddie Jay-Z is because he's getting that like lifetime award.
But that's the thing.
I
you
think we
can't
should break
do that,
ourselves
though.
out of that.
But it's
You're gonna be
politics.
just as bad as them.
No.
We just said it's politics.
Well, to me,
2 minutes ago
so he's
said
trying to
it's
make
politics.
sure he's trying to make sure his prediction is right instead of going with his heart. Got it.
No, if you want me to go with my heart, I did not mention Jay-Z in any of my top MC or any of my top albums this year because 444 was good, but it didn't stack up to what these kids are doing
Now,
these days. So so I'm being consistent, motherfucker.
Okay.
I don't know.
You give you a ballot, you're just gonna write in Black Thought.
I should.
Yo!
I would.
Black Thought gave the best freestyle of 20.
Two of them.
Two of the best
freestyles.
No, two of the best freestyles. If you guys don't understand what the two are, the first one was when he was on Sway in the Morning with Method Man, and the second one was when he was on Funk Flex.
Murder.
Make sure you check those two out.
Bars.
Black Thought is in my top 5, nigga.
the GOAT.
He's my
He's the
top
GOAT.
two. Top 2
He's the GOAT.
of all time. Fuck you.
He's not even on the list. He like is like
he's above the list. He's like
beyond
he's
the
like
list.
when you be like, I can't put Jay-Z or Tupac or Nas or Biggie in there. He's up there. Fuck that, but guess what? I'm putting him in my shit anyway. Best rap album. We got 444 Jay-Z, Damn, Kendrick Lamar, Culture, Migos, Layla's Wisdom, Layla's Wisdom, Rhapsody, and a left ball? Curveball, thank you. I was like, what? Left ball? What the fuck is a left ball? You got the left ball and the right ball. The left ball is sitting a little lower than the other. So, we got the left ball, Flower Boy. Flower Boy's gay. Sorry, it's funny. Flower Boy, Tyler, the Creator. I'm still going Damn.
damn.
going Damn.
It's just such a complete project.
Damn. Yep.
And
Still going Damn.
I love
Layla is
Flower
a great nod. Like, that's a great look. I'm still going Damn.
I love Layla's Wisdom though.
You guys want to go through real quickly the R&B?
Sure,
and then
why not?
we'll end it?
SZA, right?
Yeah?
Wow.
All right.
matter.
Best R&B, Rhythm and Blues.
That's what we're going for.
Best R&B performance, Get You by Daniel Caesar featuring Kali Uchis. Distraction, Kalani. High, Lettucey. That's What I Like, Bruno Mars. The Weeknd, SZA.
Weekend, yo.
SZA. That's What I Like.
Yeah, it was
Get You,
Number
Daniel
one.
Caesar. That's not too bad. All right, best traditional R&B performance. I'm gonna skip that shit. I'm skipping that shit. Fuck that.
That sounds like you gotta
I'm skipping this one too. Okay, best urban contemporary album.
And in
Really
case
quick,
you don't know,
I
thank
hate
you.
the name of that category.
Thank you. Oh my God, I was about to say that. Please, Ben. It's the worst.
I don't even know what the
you know
fuck
what?
that is.
You know what, colored people? We've got you covered.
We need to push you out so you don't.
We've got a category that you guys can actually win. Urban
All right.
contemporary.
We got Black, Free Black, Childish Gambino, Awaken My Love, American Teen, Khalid, and SZA Control, and Starboy The Weeknd. Starboy can
Jesus
go down the
Christ.
motherfucking toilet because that shit was trash.
It wasn't so
Trash. Fuck The Weeknd. That nigga can't sing for shit. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Come see me.
But
SZA.
I'm the bitter one, right? I guess The Weeknd ain't gonna pull up, right?
No,
Like,
he ain't. Pull up with your Toronto ass. I got Oakland behind me, nigga. West Side. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Now you know I've been drinking. 'cause I'm talking hell of shit.
In this category, I mean, Black's album was dope.
Black
it was
was.
definitely dope.
I'm still going SZA.
Man, SZA or Childish Gambino, I think are the two. And I have to say SZA, yo. SZA just fucking murdered that shit. Like,
No, actually, I'm going Childish. Okay. You got a mic in your hand?
You got a mic in your hand.
Speak, my love.
I loved SZA's project. It was great. But I will say Awaken My Love because, like, what the fuck? No, but I would have never, when I, like, clicked, I'm like, what is this? This looks weird. And I heard all of the songs. I'm like, he's, like, singing? What? I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, is this
Yeah, he
really,
can
like,
sing.
is this really Childish Gambino? It was,
Right.
like, some, like, 70s type shit. It was
Yes.
so
Yeah.
dope. I never would have expected him.
Right.
It was for that reason. I'm like,
And
he's
I think-
pushing genre. It's like amazing. It was a really good album.
And I think
it
that's-
should win.
I think that's why.
I like how you guys are agreeing with pushing genres and laughing at me for 24 Karat Magic.
I didn't laugh.
That's not pushing genres. That's copying a genre that happened all the fuck. Wait, you know what? No, because as I say that, Redbone kind of copied some shit back from the 70s. You know what? Fuck you though. That's just all I gotta say. No, I get it. I get what you're saying, but that's why I have to go. If I wanted to be like current, I would definitely go with SZA. But if I want to say like something that spoke to me the most, is definitely Childish Gambino. Like that, I love that timeless like sound. I think SZA doesn't have that timeless sound if you think about it.
But it's not
still
time. It's not
great.
the timeless category. It's
But
the
exactly.
urban contemporary
I
category.
understand it. I understand it. But
Okay.
that
No,
this,
I
but
mean,
what I
real.
li-
Like you gotta listen to the category. Like,
I understand.
I feel like
but if I'm
SZA's
listening,
more urban and more contemporary than the Childish
so are
Gambino
we
album.
picking for what we think is gonna win, or are we picking what we like?
What I think is gonna win. Just fuck what I like.
All
I
right,
say
well
follow
then-
the category. Yeah.
Okay.
the
Well
category.
then, SZA's winning. All right, and then lastly, best R&B album we have Freudian. I can't. Why do y'all let me do this?
Danny Caesar.
Daniel Caesar. Let Love Rule. Lettucey. 24 Karat Magic, and I probably shouldn't even mention the rest. 24 Karat Magic is winning.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the end of this motherfucker. We really appreciate all of you guys coming out. We are going to drop this sometime next week so you guys can listen and watch through the holidays. You can share it with your families. I'm not sure what that is, but we appreciate you guys. You can follow us everywhere at
Through the Crate.
We are available at www. Our website is www.
Through the Crate.
Our Instagram is at
Through the Crate.
Twitter is at
Through the Crate.
Facebook is at
Through the Crate.
TuneIn is at
Through the Crate.
iTunes is at
Through the Crate.
Motherfucker. We are Through the Crate. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we out this motherfucker.
Deuces.
Hey. We love you. She's your queen to be.
Can we put on some tunes now?
Tune in.